What's up, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Human League, sort of. We're going to listen to one of the two tracks under the name The Men. I remember someone commented that this is basically the early version of Human League doing something a bit more overtly disco, still electronic, still very much, with sounds like what they were doing on the first couple Human League albums, but a bit more four-to-the-floor disco dance style. So there's two tracks in this folder. Once again, shout out to Han Solo, under the name The Men. One is Cruel, one is I Don't Depend on You. Once we go through these two, I think that's all the tracks, at least that I have access to from the early phase, and we'll finally be on to the split between Heaven 17 and the reformulated Human League, at which point I mentioned I'll try to do one of each every time they come around in the rotations, so we'll have this sort of tandem experience. I chose of the two I Don't Depend on You to react to first, so as a phrase, it speaks to a declaration of independence, the idea that whatever one's opinion of your actions, of your behavior, however one thinks of you, you are independent of them, and therefore no amount of material influence or ability to affect the other is relevant, which is to say, it's essentially, it sounds like there's some level of tension or a conflict or at least antipathy between two entities if one is saying, I don't depend on you, because it's saying, essentially whatever you think of me, I have no reason to alter my behavior based on your disapproval. So, it's a phrase that suggests a bit of tension. Ultimately, as I said, if this is more dance floor, like disco oriented, I imagine, it won't be some deep and heavy narrative. Perhaps it's more just sort of an attitude for the track. So let's find out. This is The Men, which is to say, I believe, the original trio of the Human League, but under a different name, doing something that is akin to like synth disco. So let's find out. That is what it feels like. And that little bass wrinkle is delicious. Have a very funky disco swagger to it. Sounds like a dialogue. Again, still experimental Human League. Right. So is this... does sound like a mixture of disco and like late 70s, early 80s synth new wave. For a song like Don't You Want Me, right? You hear both sides of it. sensual voice. It's very like.
One thing on my mind.
I love that celestial synthware.
I've played this scene before. You had one foot in the door, but there's always plenty more. Don't try to use me. I don't depend on you. I've got my own friends too. I'll never be your wife. Don't try to use me. I've played this scene before. You had one foot in the door, but there's always plenty more. Don't try to use me.
Oh, that ascending bass.
It's cruel, but it's true. I don't
Is that the name of the other song?
It's cruel, but it's true. I don't depend on you. It's cruel, but it's true. I don't depend on you.
I love it. That synth also gives me like Gary Newman vibes. It's like, sorry, like, we got limited space, we gotta turn it off. Yeah, that's cool. I like that a lot. Given the general description, it was basically what I thought, but when I was hearing that, I was like, oh, that'd be interesting. I'd like to hear that. But that was legit. I really enjoyed that. And again, it felt like, I don't know, a bridge between the Human League I've known and the Human League that we're coming up to, which I suppose on a very limited level I remember from my youth. And in fact, I was mentioning Han Solo at work a couple weeks ago, now maybe like a month ago or something. I heard another track from the second version of Human League, so I know them a very little bit, but it's extremely limited. So yeah, like, we had a female voice here, so then, like, again, I'm thinking of the later version. Is that one of the voices that eventually becomes part of the group? Not sure there. But also, again, it's that formula in Don't You Want Me, where it's like you hear one side of the situation, you hear the other side of the situation, and the way they see it is different. So yeah, I enjoyed the dialogue of the track. And it was cool. Like I said, it really was like a blend of new wave, synth-heavy electronic music mixed with that late '70s feet on the dance floor disco style. So yeah, that was cool, and I'm looking forward to the other one now. Which we heard, It's Cruel, but I Don't Depend on You, or like it was literally like both titles were heard in this one track. So maybe we'll hear I Don't Depend on You in the other one. I'm not sure. But yeah, looking forward to it, and then finally we'll be on to the split. So yeah, let me know what you think. We'll see you next time. Peace.